Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about this whole thing that has become like a media thing and everybody's talking about it. I want to talk about this situation with the owners of the Warriors, his wife, and Beyonce and Jay-Z at the Warriors game the other night. So if you haven't heard already, there was this clip that was broadcast on the screen when they were showing Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it was basically a clip of the Warriors owner's wife, leaning over Beyonce to ask Jay-Z for like a drink order or something like that, and I believe she asked Beyonce as well. But in the clip, Beyonce is seen looking very uncomfortable and annoyed, as with anyone who is in the middle of two people who are talking to each other, you're not involved in the conversation. So I want to talk about all the backlash that has come with it and some of my thoughts, give my commentary on the situation as well. So if you don't know already, the owner of the Warriors' wife, I can't remember what her name was. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But she has been receiving death threats. She deleted her Instagram and got off of Twitter because she was receiving death threats from the Beehive about the situation, and people were calling all kind of names and saying that she came for their queen and blah blah blah. And so this lady is in her feelings about it. And most recently, Beyonce's publicist made an Instagram post that was kind of a weak attempt at trying to get the Beehive or the fans. I hate calling people's fan bases by names. I know some people find that endearing. I don't find it endearing. I actually find it a bit condescending. But we'll just say the Beehive for right now. The publicist came and told the Beehive, to chill out. Basically, a very soft reprimand, which I feel like that hasn't done anything, because they were in the comments going ham on her, basically talking about we don't answer to you, blah, blah, blah. So my thoughts on the situation. If you've ever been somewhere like a basketball game or a football game or a hockey game or a baseball game, whatever the situation is, whatever the sport is, if you've ever been to a game, then you know how loud it is, especially a basketball game, because you're in that gym and it like almost echoes. It's just very, very loud because you have the players, you have the music, and then you have the announcers, and you have all the people in the stands making noise. So it's very, very loud at a basketball game. And this lady, I watched the clip several times because I'm trying to get what everybody else is getting. Because I see Beyonce being a human being, being uncomfortable, and that's traditionally how anybody would look if they're in the middle of two people who are talking. Now, people are finding issue with her leaning over Beyonce. My question to that is, what else was she supposed to do? It's so loud in a basketball stadium. It's so loud. So what was she supposed to do? Just sit in the way that she was sitting in her chair and try to speak to Jay-Z and take his drink order there? Why was it so rude for her to lean over? Obviously, she had asked Beyonce for her drink order first, and so she was being polite by asking her husband what he would like to drink as well. How was she supposed to do this? Is my question for people saying that it's rude. People are making this way more than what it is. I don't think that this is anything simply but somebody trying to be polite, and the optics of it probably just look off-putting. But I don't believe this woman's intention was to be disrespectful or rude. She had asked Beyonce, then she went over there or leaned over and asked Jay-Z. And I think from what I can see from the clip, Beyonce and Jay-Z are well aware of what's happening. And they're not looking like, oh my God, why is this woman doing this? They are looking like this is normal. This is normally how it is. I imagine Beyonce and Jay-Z have gone places before and they have sat in rows like that, and somebody has been leaned over talking to one of the other person. There is also a picture that has been floating around for years of Beyonce and Jake Gyllenhaal speaking to one another, and Jay-Z is in the middle of them at a basketball game. And Jay-Z looks very uncomfortable. He looks uncomfortable. He looks like, I'm not he just looks like he's not sure what to do with himself. And that's really how everyone looks when they're in the middle of two people talking. I don't think in that instance people are not saying that, Beyonce and Jake Gyllenhaal are rude. Now, albeit in that video or in that picture that I saw, I haven't seen the whole clip of it, but in that picture, Beyonce isn't leaning so much over him. But again, they could have been at a quieter part of the game. It could have been at the beginning of the game when nothing was really going on. It could have been at the end. We don't know the context of what was going on either one of these situations that made this lady feel like she needed to lean over. It looks like she was speaking and then she had to lean over further to get clarity on what he said, because he probably said, I want this type of drink, and she didn't hear him initially and leaned over again, or she leaned over further to get, to understand what he was saying better. So this goes back to Beyonce's fans are just extra for no reason. Like, this was not a situation for anybody to be getting death threats. There's never a situation for anybody to be getting death threats like that, especially on the internet and stuff like that. This lady was just merely trying to be polite. So I mentioned that her publicist came out and said something and just was like a very soft reprimand to the Beehive. She was being all politically correct and all that. And I understand that she's trying to calm it down, but this is not the first time this has happened to someone who may have appeared to have slighted Beyonce or offended her or whatever the situation is. This isn't the first time that people have attacked other people on behalf of Beyonce. So this is what I don't understand. This is like the first time I ever heard of any of her people come out and say anything about the Beehive attacking people. What I don't understand is why Beyonce herself has never really addressed this. There have been several other social things that have gone on as far as, political stuff that she's commenting on, different situations that have happened. She's been, all the Black Power. She's had all those kind of performances. So it leads me to believe that she's not fully against speaking out about certain things that she feel will be good for her and her image. So in that instance, in that regard, I'm trying to understand why she has never responded to this type of bullying, because that is what it is. It's bullying. I hate using that word loosely, but it is bullying. And she seems to be somebody who is against that. At least it appears that way about some of the things she has said in the past. So I really don't understand why she has not said anything about this. Not even just this, but other situations where people have been attacked on behalf of her. And it kind of leads me to believe that maybe somewhere or somebody is telling her this is good for her, or maybe she thinks it's good for her. I don't know. But this is really like, I don't know the word I'm trying to. It's really just really disgusting behavior, in my opinion. And it's not something I would want attached to my brand. If I were her, I would not want this sort of negativity and energy brought to my brand if that's not what I was trying to represent. So it's very strange to me that she has never said anything in the several instances where people have been innocently attacked. When all that Becky with the good hair stuff was going on, Rachel Ray, who is actually a chef, was attacked because people thought that she was Becky with the good hair. They had mixed her up with somebody named Rachel Roy, I believe. And Rachel Ray had nothing to do with that situation. I don't recall Beyonce saying anything about that. I don't recall her saying anything about any situation. And it's not flattering to me that somebody would not say something and be like, just even a week. If that comment from her publicist had came from her, it would have been a little bit more. It would have had a little bit more of an impact. So that's my opinion on that part of it. I also think that people have got to stop putting celebrities on this pedestal. I think this whole culture of celebrity worship and just this obsession with celebrity and fame is just really causing a lot of problems in our society just in general. It has really brought society down. Social media has been used as a tool to be negative and to drag people down. There's so much worship that goes on and just, you know, all these fans, all these celebrities have their fan groups and stuff like that. And I think it's perfectly fine to be a celebrity or be a fan of a celebrity or a singer. You know, I have my favorites, but I wouldn't call myself a stan. I wouldn't call somebody who's obsessed with that person and everything they do. There's so many fan pages and fan sites where they're obsessed with these people. And it's really sick if you think about it. I wonder if these people put this much energy into their own relationships, into their jobs, into their families, into their children. Because some of these people, everybody's like, oh, they're teenagers. Some of these people are grown-ass women, okay? Some of these women are in their 30s, their 20s. I've seen it myself, who have lives and children who worship this lady, the ground that this lady walks on. I have seen it with my own two eyes, and I can't wrap my mind around it. You could be a fan of somebody and admire their talent, but this is ridiculous. This woman, Beyonce, was simply having a human reaction. She's a human being. I don't know who, you know, has made people think that she's a god. I don't know. She's not. She's a human being. She's a woman who has kids and has a husband and has a career, and she's managing all three, right? So why are you so obsessed with her and how she feels when you don't even know this lady? These people don't even know her. They don't know anything about her. She doesn't know anything about them. She doesn't care about you. She's not paying your bills. She's not cutting you a check. So what is the obsession? It is disturbing how some of these people are obsessed with these celebrities. She is a human being. And I thought it was like funny, you know, especially since, you know, the whole, she put like something on Instagram where she cropped her out. So that, again, that lets me know she's aware of what's going on. She put up a picture where she cropped the lady out of the picture when they were at the game. So she's aware of what's going on. So I thought that was kind of funny, but the people have taken shade and shadiness past to a level that's just really disgusting, and it's not even funny anymore. It's really quite pathetic. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. That is my thoughts and my commentary about the situation, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.